What is one thing Governor Asa Hutchinson did great, and what is one thing that you would not have done?
So as a scientist and an engineer and someone who ran the Arkansas Regional Innovation Hub, I love the coding initiative. I think that's, I think it was right to say, Arkansas, let's look around the corner and see what's coming, and let's prepare our youth for what's coming around the corner. I think he laid a great foundation, and as governor, I would build on that foundation. I would expand it. I think the folks he has on his team, Anthony Owens and the like, have really set Arkansas up as a leader in the nation in this space. And there's so many other areas where we can be set up as leaders in the nation. You know, I think when I think about what I would have done differently, and the governor said it himself, like there are bills, particularly the ban on mask mandates, where he would have done it differently. And I think from the outset, I would not have supported that. Because, now of course the dynamics are different now because the Delta variant has been ravaging communities. But the fundamentals were the same then. And it's a matter of, do school districts and communities and families really have the freedom to make those choices about how do we protect the most vulnerable? So that's one area where I certainly would have taken a different route.
If you were allowed to ask any of your opponents any question, what would that question be?
You know, that's interesting. I would say that I would ask, what really drives you? You know, and I wouldn't ask it in a way that is negative by any stretch of the imagination. I think that, you know, to step up and run for office is a big leap, and it takes energy, effort. It takes a toll on you and your families. And what I would want to know, and what I would want them to share, is their why. You know, at the end of the day, when there are no cameras on and it's only you, and you may be on your knees praying to God, why is it that you're doing this? What do you see that should be different in the world, and how do you see Arkansas being different? I would ask that.
What is your why?
You know, I see you put it back on me. I'm doing this for a couple of reasons. You know, one, because my family's 200 years in the state. And so Arkansas is in my DNA. And I'm raising my girls here. And I hope that they will live in and love an Arkansas that I live in and love. One that is unified, one that cares for each other, and one that is actually innovating and at the cutting edge, and not 50th in so many areas, but first. So one is that I'm doing this to create a better future for them and for other kids, kids who didn't have the opportunities that I had, kids who don't have the connection and resources that I have. And the other reason is because I love the state. I see the potential of the state. I see what can be for Arkansas. And when I go out across the state now, and even through the work in the Innovation Hub, I heard the stories of people that had hope, that had creativity, that had the grit to push through. And those are the things that motivate me, and I believe I'm here on this earth to help to unleash the potential in others and unleash the potential in communities. And I love doing that. I thrive on doing that when communities and the state can be better and can reach its full potential. That's my why. That's why I'm in this.
Okay. So in addition to your why that you just explained to us, you have 15 seconds to sell yourself to our voters. What would you say to them?
You know, I would say that we're in a moment in Arkansas. We're in a moment where we can choose unity. We're in a moment where we can choose opportunity. And by doing so, by coming together and working together, we can not only change the trajectory of Arkansas, but we can be the true leaders that we all in our hearts know that we are. And that's why I'm running, and that's what I believe we can bring to bear.